Oh my God, bro. Every single time it comes to Caleb Williams, all I'm seeing is comparisons to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not even a Mahomes lover. You know what I mean? It's TB12 till I die over here, but we already reacted. We already comparing this kid who hasn't even sniffed the NFL football field to a quarterback that's won 3 chips. And in the middle of a dynasty, can we stop the cap? But we're gonna get into why Caleb Williams is the next Patrick Mahomes. You guys are putting me in a position where I gotta defend Mahomes. Who is this kid? Obviously, the consensus first overall pick in the 2024 draft. It's pretty much clear that the Chicago Bears are going after this kid. But we're gonna look into why they're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes and what the ceiling actually looks like for this kid. But come on, Mahomes, bro. Come on, son. We doing too much.
I watch him play. He's the only quarterback, pro or collegiate, that the way he plays reminds me of Patrick.
He is a completely different level player. I've had multiple executives tell me the comp with Mahomes feels really accurate.
I'm not going to forget none of this, too, because you know how these sports analysts and these sports television hosts always want to put things out there earlier on, but then when a player flops, they crucify that play and act like that player, like they knew that play was going to be trash. I'm taking mental notes of all this neck that they're giving this kid, bro.
Only one 10 out of 10 that I've seen, and that's Andrew Luck. When Trevor Lawrence came out, I thought he was the best since Andrew. Caleb Williams is the best since Andrew. If he's not a 10, he's a 9.
From winning the Heisman Trophy during his sophomore campaign and putting USC back on the map, Caleb Williams is about to turn the NFL upside down and be a generational talent at the quarterback position, and he hasn't even taken a snap in the league yet, and it's because of these 3 reasons. For starters, I'm not saying he's going to be better than Mahomes, but if you just squint a little and look at his playstyle, it does have some similarities to Mahomes. And not only that, but people are even drawing comparisons to not only Mahomes, but even Jalen Hurts.
Very smart and very detailed athlete and human, and so I for sure have taken a couple things from him. But
some people have even said that he's the best talent coming out of the draft since Andrew Luck.
There's only one 10
I
out
got to
of
see
10
his
that I've
accuracy.
seen, and that's Andrew Luck. When Trevor Lawrence came out, I thought he was the best since Andrew. Caleb Williams is the best since Andrew.
And that's saying a lot, because Hurts and Luck alone have already built up an amazing career full of accolades. But on top of that, all Mahomes has done since being drafted at the number 10 pick in the 2017 draft is win 2 Super Bowls, 2 MVP awards, be elected to 5 Pro Bowls, and win the 2018 Offensive Player of the Year award. So that's not too shabby. One thing that he never did though is win the Heisman Trophy, something Williams did last season with the Trojans as a sophomore after throwing for 4,357 yards, 42 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions while completing 66.6% of his passes. Some analysts are already saying he's like a refined Mahomes.
You know, people forget this with Mahomes.
Refined
Mahomes is 6'2".
Mahomes.
So I do think this is Mahomes. I think he sees the field, his escapability. I don't think it's a crazy comp. I mean, people were saying Joe Burrow was Brady and nobody freaked out. I think this is the Mahomes comp. I think he's a more refined, more winning college.
What do you mean nobody freaked out? Bruh. Joe Burrow has no championships. I thought that was the craziest thing ever written. Joe Burrow's the next Tom Brady? Nobody freaked out? No championships to 7, but nobody freaked out?
Version of him.
It's hard to compare anybody to Mahomes, but he really does play like him and is such a dynamic passer like Mahomes. He made a lot of throws while avoiding and escaping the rush, on the move, or while under duress, where he couldn't drop back, plant, hitch, and deliver. In all these scenarios, he showed he could place the ball anywhere he wants and quickly, explosively, or even with just touch. And just as Mahomes-esque, he is instinctive in delivering from multiple arm angles to get the ball up and out quickly in any situation. And while his arm talent is without a doubt amazing, Williams also draws comparisons to Mahomes because of his special playmaking ability that jumps off the screen. Williams has an uncanny playmaking ability to create explosive plays out of chaos. His resourcefulness and consistent ability to extend and create the big play are unique. And the film shows it. He has game-defining plays out of nothing time and time again. Whether it's escaping tight pressure in the pocket, breaking loose from tackling attempts, or even running out of the pocket in a random
This is a
direction,
quarterback, bro.
Williams consistently finished plays that made him look like a magician on grass. And although he's not as twitchy athletically as, say, Lamar Jackson or even Kyler Murray, he does have enough
need to be.
athleticism to be
no.
a credible rushing threat and escape artist. Like most elite quarterbacks, Williams is courageous in the pocket with a natural ability to step up and deliver with great vision. He continually made accurate throws without a proper base, off platform, or on the move to his right or left. Hell, sometimes the kid would even jump and throw from awkward angles off of his feet. But that's what makes him so unique as a playmaker. Williams consistently thrived under duress.
He's throwing
with
wild passes,
poise,
I'm not gonna lie.
calm, and explosive playmaking ability.
Half these completions are with a destroyed pocket, with him running for his life. He's making these plays.
All of this despite getting only sufficient offensive line play from an
Yeah,
injury-plagued unit, a lack of pass protection help from running backs
Jeez.
and tight ends, and facing an abundance of 5 and 6 man pressures in front of him to help
Ooh.
keep him in the pocket. And while some players with Williams' playmaking instincts can lose their minds and become reckless, this 21-year-old almost always seemed to make the right play when things broke down. It almost gives that Patrick Mahomes feel where he doesn't know really where to go with the ball at the time, but then all of a sudden he just chucks it and there's a wide open receiver just laying right there to catch the ball. He rarely looked panicked or rattled while making so many spontaneous decisions like this. The ability to protect the ball is one of the quarterback's most important jobs.
And the only thing I would say about Caleb is there are times where maybe he takes too many chances.
And Williams is good in this facet despite his gunslinging
What?
mentality. It's almost like Williams has a maturity level
What?
above most kids at this age, which is impressive for a second-year college player. His leadership qualities are obvious on tape based by his demeanor and communication skills and total control of the line of scrimmage.
And what I
Definitely
love
a competitor.
most
I like to see it.
that the great ones all have. He plays the
That
game
fire.
with a sense of calm. A sense of calm. He knows he's better than you. Right? He's going to run just fast enough that you can't catch him down the field to see if anybody's open.
If play breaks down and there's nothing available, Williams has the presence of mind to throw the ball away and live for another down. With natural accuracy, arm talent, Houdini-level playmaking, and high-end maturity, Williams has an excellent foundation to build all of this on. But his coach is an even better asset for him. Lincoln Riley's quarterback resume is nothing to brush off either, with the
Baker,
type of
Kyler.
guys he's been able to put out from his offensive system. Riley's offense put Caleb Williams in shotgun most of the time and consisted of drop-back passes with mixes of play action and full movement passes outside the framework of the pocket. USC's
damn, off the
passing
back
game is
foot.
extremely creative, yet very simple, giving Williams a majority of one-read concepts mixed with
God.
a few progression reads, allowing him to finish his progression and then kick the ball out to a flare running back. His
Sheesh.
completion percentage is bolstered by numerous
Sheesh.
quick game concepts such as screens and bubbles, but that shouldn't take away from Caleb's remarkable talent. Now, with all of these positive things about him too, I'm not saying he doesn't have anything to work on either. Ball security, footwork, and just simply reading coverages are all still things he needs to work on, and by making sure that he isn't drifting too much in the pocket are all fixes that are possible to be
I mean, the kid
coached
threw
up
like
on,
5 picks.
and there's no reason
42
he
touchdowns.
can't make significant strides as he continues to mature as a player.
Must be
in the
able to read some
coming
type of
years.
coverage.
And honestly, despite all of these comparisons, Williams has come out on his own and said that he knows Mahomes is the best quarterback in the game and that he himself has a lot of work to still do to make sure he can reach that level of play one day. And even his head coach said,
So obviously, Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the world, and that's a flattering comp, but Caleb's got a long way to go to get to that.
but teams are still noticing how good
These are the consensus picks. Marvin Harrison Jr. I hope he could come to New England, bro. We need some talent. And of course, linemen's. Okay.
good he is. And honestly, it would make sense for a team to pass on trying to draft a quarterback from this year's class or even sign one in the offseason for a chance to get Williams in the 2024 NFL draft. And if all these comparisons are correct and true, then it's a no-brainer to tank for him. So we'll see you later, Kyler Murray. But nonetheless, Williams has got a lot of eyes on him this year and work to do if he wants to live up to the Patrick Mahomes hype and only being a 27-year-old that has 2 Super Bowl rings, 2 Super Bowl MVP awards, and 2 NFL MVP awards. So, needless to say that this is quite the trajectory for USC's quarterback phenom, Caleb Williams.
Kid paints his fingernails. That's for another day. Okay. The kid looked nice. Not gonna lie. The comparison to Patrick Mahomes is crazy, but in terms of how his playing style is similar to Patrick Mahomes, but come on, man. Like, let's be real. We're not going to do the accolades comparisons, but Chicago's going to snatch up this kid. He looks promising. I'm not going to front. He looks promising. Some of the throws, I didn't see a comfortable throw in any of these highlights. Everything was under duress. Everything was on the run, out the pocket, off the back foot, weird, quirky angles. The kid is an athlete. But we'll see. This was why Caleb Williams is the next Patrick Mahomes. I completely disagree, although I see some of the comparisons between playing style, but playing style and actually achieving wins in the National Football League are two completely different realities. I'm gonna holler at you guys next video. Hit the like and subscribe button for more content. I'm your host, Gabo Say So. This kid looks promising, man. I wish he was coming to New England, bro. Chicago.